Oh, one's watching. Yes, yes, yes. Ask questions. Ask away. No topic for this stream, just chilling out with the fans. You're live with the Slave-O-Matic 9000. Yeah, there you go. Slave-O-Matic 9000. There's no H on it, Piers. You get literate. You get your spelling right. Slave-O, as in the letter O. So hey everybody, welcome to the Slave-O-Matic stream. Just chilling out, talking about all things Slave-O-Matic-y. Hey Richie Wright. Fierce man, it's like, shut it, slave. Lol. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do, Fierce. I'm sorry I dropped that bomb. I will rein it back, although I did list this stream as not for children. Hello? Lord Fierce.
Please make cameo on screen.
Go ahead, sir.
Can I please talk to the Slave-O-Matic 9000?
Okay, hold on.
How dare you put me on hold?
Yes, you're on the line with the Slave-O-Matic 9000. Go ahead, sir.
How dare you? How dare you put me on hold, Slave-O-Matic 9000? And
what are you talking about, Fierce? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you're a sweet little angel, right? You're a perfect sweet little angel. And Randall, how dare you correct me for my spelling? Listen,
you need to get your spelling straight, Fizz. Get it
Randall,
right.
Randall, I told you what to do. You don't tell me what to do, all right? I'm just joking, Randall. The fans should know that I'm just joking, and that I love you like a brother. And Randall, I appreciate all of the help you've been giving me over the last couple of months. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Randall, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me. So, Randall, I think I should tell the fans I'm still at work, but I'm on a not a lunch break, but I'm on a break, so that's why I can talk to you. And two.
You're absolutely right, Richie. Richie says you are a gentleman and a scholar.
Well, that was very nice of Richie to say that. And
just kidding, Fears. He didn't say that shit.
Bastard. Yeah. That was a funny joke, and I'm sure Richie doesn't appreciate that you were lying, Randall. You fucking lied.
We all lie sometimes, Fears. Actually, I never lie.
Yeah, right, Randall. Yeah, right.
I've never told a single lie in my entire life.
Well, I'd be lying if I was saying that I've never lied, because the fans have caught me in lies. So I'm going to tell the truth and say that yes, I have lied before, but I'm trying to be honest from this foot forward, or actually for a while now. I've been trying not to lie to the fans. But anyway, like I was saying, at number 2, Randall, either before I leave for my trip or after, depends on my work schedule, I am going to get it. I'm going to document it, so then the haters can't be like, oh, whatever, like, Fierce didn't do that. I'm going to get video evidence of me giving you all those DVDs and, like, maybe taking you out to lunch or dinner, Randall, for all your help and all your appreciation of the cartoons and everything. And I'm going to give you my old laptop, because I don't need it. It's just literally sitting on my shelf just collecting dust. So it's got Final Cut on it, Randall, so you can have the Final Cut on there. I would just like make it the best line, having everything wiped off it except for the compressor and the Final Cut. and have a ball with it and make more epic videos. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And Randy said in return, Randy, for my birthday, tell him what you're going to get me.
Well, I actually lost a bet with Fears. So Fears is going to get a book called The Build by Larry Tuttle or Jim Tuttle or some Tuttle guy.
No, Randall. It's the guy off of American Chopper. Like, my brother really got me into, like, I've never rode a motorcycle in my life. I just love watching the show and watching that guy, like, go nuts and fight with his dad. But more importantly, I love his creativity, like, when he makes bikes. And so basically he wrote a biography, and it's Paul Tuttle Jr. So, because the big buff guy, his dad, or whatever, like his dad is super buff. He's got a flowing mustache, and they call him Senior because he's Paul Tuttle Senior, and then he's Paul Tuttle Jr. So basically, Randall, tell him, Randall, you were gonna get me 2 DVDs, the ones that I wanted, for my birthday.
Yeah, I was gonna get him 2 DVDs, but the deal was the DVDs had to be under $20, and they had to be from Amazon, and we couldn't find the DVDs that he wanted, but I'm gonna get him the Blu-ray of Super Mario Brothers. And then that book he wants.
But then, Randall, I told him this. I said, well, Randall, that's okay that you can't find the 2 DVDs. I said, I'll just pick 2 other DVDs. Because I respect Randall. So I looked and said, all right, Randall, here's the deal. I said, I found Shaun of the Dead. I said, that's under $20. And that's on Amazon. I said, I really want Super Mario Brothers with Bob Hoskins and that other guy. And then Randy was like, don't you already have a DVD? And I said, yeah, but I said, I want the Blu-ray version now. And then Randy was like, well, Pierce, can I have your DVD version? I was like, sure. And then about a week ago, my friend said, well, Pierce, you love American Chopper so much because have you read Paul Tuttle Jr.'s book yet? And I was like, he wrote a book?
Who said that?
Well, a buddy of mine at work.
Uh-huh.
And we were talking about American Chopper and how much I love that show. And now they're actually coming back, Randall, and I'm thinking of buying the seasons off of YouTube. I found it like on the Discovery YouTube channel. You can buy seasons 11 and season 12. I think they're $12 each. I need to catch up. I haven't watched any of the new episodes. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh shit. I'm like, season 11's already been out for a year, and I'm like, I need to watch season 12. So anyway, that got me thinking. And after work one day, I just called Randall and said, Randall, I said, I'll make you a deal. I said, you only got to give me 1 DVD for my birthday. And I plan to get some cool shit. Because Randall's birthday's around Christmas. So
nobody cares about any of this shit. Yeah, that's cool. This is my show. I do what I want. Oh, yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Randy has counted down. Yeah, count it, lock it. There you go. Woo! Because I'm a bad mofo. A mofo that's really bad. Hello? Hello?
Randall, did you hang up on me?
Yeah.
Randall, can they still hear me?
Yep.
That was actually pretty funny. I was talking away and Randall's like, yeah, who gives a shit? I'm like, damn. All right.
Yeah.
Randall, can I just finish real quick and then you go back?
Yeah, go ahead and finish your story, Fears. Confess your sins.
Are you really pissed, Randall? Okay.
No.
I don't want to piss Randall off. No, so there was like, oh.
One person is watching right now, and I can only think that one person is you.
Okay. So basically, no, it's not me because I'm on my phone.
Oh, all right. Well, whoever that one viewer is, sound off.
Well, basically, I called Randall and said, Randall, I'll make you a deal. I said, I would love to buy this book. I said, because I want to start reading books more. And Randall's like, I want you to start reading some more books here.
I do want you to read more.
So I said, well, I got the perfect book. I said, I'm really upset with this American Chopper show. I said, it's a really cool show. I love it. And I said, for my birthday, can you buy me the book? And then can you And so Randall was like, so just take one DVD. I was like, yeah, just take this. I said, I can get Shaun of the Dead at any time on Blu-ray. I said, just give me the book and then get me Super Mario Brothers. And Randall was cool with that. Anyway, I'll let you get back to your show, man.
Yeah, let me get back to my show, Fears. Thanks a lot, man.
Randall, how long am I going to go for your show? Because I was going to call you when I was on the way home from work.
I don't know. You can call me again.
Right. Well, I wanted to talk to you off camera.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yes, I do, man.
Okay. All right.
Randall, don't be spilling the beans on any Fears Man cartoon shit, all right?
Oh, I told him the ending of season 1.
God damn. There it is.
Just kidding. Just kidding, Fears.
Randall, don't fuck with me.
Fears, I got good news and I got bad news.
Oh, shit. Well, what's the bad news?
The bad news is I'm lying. There is no bad news. It's only good news. That's the good news.
Yeah, what's the good news?
The good news is there's no bad news.
Okay, all right. Well, Randall, I'll call you when I'm on the way home from work, buddy.
All right, I'll ignore you.
God damn it, man.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, motherfuckers.
All right. Now that that shit is done with. Oh, darn it. I cursed again. Gotta stop that. I am going to do an old Stanley Kubrick line. Whoever that one viewer is, sound off like you got a pair. Or not. Something. I guess I should talk about... Hey, whatever you want me to talk about, I'll talk about. So just put it in the chat, let her rip, and we'll get this party started. So, I should tell you, I am writing the scripts professionally now. I'm not going to tell you where. Pierce has already told people where, but I'm not going to tell you where. But I am working and I am being paid for my screenplays now. And I've got a big order coming in, and October 1st, and it is huge. And here's the thing, I might be making too much money. Maybe. I don't know. But we'll see. So whoever 2 viewers is out there, let your voice be heard. You know, just put it in the right over there, right there, right there, right there, right there. God. So yeah, I am a paid screenwriter. In addition to my 5 awards. I'm going to brag a bit because I want to be a little braggadocious because, you know, people have to know my qualifications of script writing before I, you know, take any orders. So I actually have been involved for quite some time with this film festival called the Arizona Almost Famous Film Festival. And it's called the A3F for short. And the first movie that I ever submitted to them was probably one of the favorite projects that I've done. And that is the Thrilling 3, which you'll be seeing a director's commentary for that coming pretty dang soon. Okay. And the second project that won honorable mention at the A3F was the Thrilling 3 Part 2, which I have entitled Thrilling 3 House Party for the re-release that will be on this channel. I mean, the House Party thing is already it's already but I'm sorry. Sometimes I speak, words come out, and occasionally they mean things. But yeah, I will be re-releasing the director's commentary of the Thrilling 3 Part 2 and the Thrilling 3 Part 1. Let's see what else. Got lots of videos coming up. Fears and I have a special project that we're working on that is not Fears Men. That'll be debuting on Fears channel tomorrow, and then on my channel the day after that. It's something he had me working on today, and I gotta say I am a little bit proud of it because I whipped it up in quite a short bit of time. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, and me and my friend Benny J. Ross, who goes by Retro Universe on DeviantArt, Benny and I wrote a script. I want to say like 10 years ago when we were in college, and I recently found that script, and I looked at it, and I thought, wow, this script is pretty dang good. I should not have abandoned this. I think I should do something with this. So I wrote a lot more pages, and I'm very close to finishing it. And like I said, I'm a paid screenwriter. I do 22 to 24 page scripts for a nominal fee, and it's pretty cool. And you know, the typical script length is how much I have to go on this project. So I think I'm going to finish that project, and I think I'm going to finish it tonight. And if you want to take a look at it, see what it's all about, I'm going to be putting it up on my Wix site. It'll be under scripts, and it'll be under PDFs. So if you want to read the script, I'm doing a lot of retooling. A lot of the script was very action heavy, and I think in some places too action heavy. So you know, because here's the thing: in like a major fight, in like a major film, the characters don't just like fight for 4 minutes on end. You know, like if you take the Matrix scene where Neo is fighting Morpheus in the dojo, you'll notice that there's an awfully, between it's basically a cycling pattern. It goes a little bit of talk, then fighting, a little bit of talk, then fighting, a little bit of talk, then fighting. And the problem with the first 12 pages of the script that me and Benny wrote was that it was action heavy, action heavy, action heavy. There was no breaks, no pauses. See, when you write a script, you've got to put in not pauses, not like that, but if you're doing action and you're writing screenplays, what you want to do is you want to break up the action with, like a dialogue scene, or if you're doing like it's kind of like Die Hard, in the fact that again, it's a cycle. It's like fight, then people talk, then a fight, then people talk, then a shootout, then people talk, then a chase, and people talk. So it's a very distinct pattern, and I've always said that the distinction of bad moods, for example, after a bad mood, a good mood follows. That's one way that I'm able to alleviate myself of depression. Because you got to realize that depression is like waves on a seashore. They will come in, but eventually they will go back out to sea, and then, you just got to enjoy that time that the waves are going back out, so that's the way I view depression. I don't think I have depression, but occasionally I do get sad, so, oh well. But today was a good day. What I really want to do is I want to find somebody, somewhere, somehow, who will go out to restaurants with me, film me doing magic. I can't use Fears because Fears lives an hour and a half away, and an hour and a half tank of gas is that's a lot. I can't afford to go back and forth with him. He can't afford to go back and forth with me. So, I gotta find somebody else. I'm thinking about using some advertising sites, but I don't know. The thing is, I gotta find somebody trustworthy. I don't know. I mean, Fears is trustworthy, but he lives an hour and a half away. So I mean, I couldn't just pop out to the local Hooters or wherever I go for karaoke. I would need somebody more local. So if y'all have any ideas on that, let me know. And then also upcoming projects. I have written 3 episodes of Batwoman. And if you get the chance, check them out and let me know what you think. And when I end this stream, I will put the links to my screenplay site in the channel. Damn, I guess nobody likes Batwoman because all my 2 viewers left when I started talking about Batwoman. Guess nobody likes Batwoman. I don't know. But yeah, I will leave links to my screenplays in the description. So if you can, check that out. And we'll see what's going on. And I don't know, this isn't going too well. Fears, are you the one person watching right now? Let me know in the chat. And don't tell me to shut your ass. But anyways, I only have 3 comments in the comment section. This is bad. I should have had a topic for this stream. This is just a free-flowing stream, just me talking. So whoever that one person is, if you are not Fears, ask me a question, and I will do my best to answer it in the comments. Unless it's a really then I'm not going to answer it. So whoever the 2 people are in the chat, let me know. Type anything. I don't care. Just type something. Type what you want me to talk about, and I'll talk about it. Pretty please with the tramp. Like I said, I didn't have a topic for this stream, so it's just like a free-flowing stream, like a stream of consciousness, I guess you would say. But yeah, plans for the future. I really don't have plans for October. Don't have plans for October. I did want to do more screenplays. Actually, you know what? My plans for October are finish the GEP script. If you don't know what GEP is, I'm not going to tell you. If you want to know what that is, you're going to have to ask it in the comments. That's what you're going to have to do. Otherwise, I'm going to say silent. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. So yeah, if I don't get another comment by 30 minutes in, this stream is over and done. But yeah, sorry I cursed. Sorry for the F-bomb and the SH-bomb. I'm trying to rein it in. I'm trying, the Bible says reining in that tongue is a really hard thing to do. I try to do it, I really do, but I don't always succeed. Anybody Fears, type something if you're watching. Just anything, whatever. I wonder what would happen if I just sat here quietly for 5 minutes. Let's find out. Sup, Dank Mean Time Machine? What up, man? Woo! Dank Mean Time Machine working on a script. Yep, I sure am. I sure am. It's a top secret script. It's called GEP. You're not going to know what that means. But like I said before, I was in film school, and before I was in film school with Fears, GEP. Yep, you got it. So before I switched to film school, I completed the 2D animation course at Collins College in Tempe, Arizona. Oh, hello, Timmy MC. And I met one of my best friends from college. His name is Benny. And he and I were working on an animated movie. And a normal movie script, a feature film, is 90 to 120 pages. And is it about an adult going back to high school to earn his GEP? No, I think that would be GED. But yeah, no, it's not that. It was a science fiction story similar to Star Wars. And he and I were working on it. And I was recently going through all my emails and all my files. And I found this script. It's 10 years old. Who would win out of a fight between John Fears and Benny? John Fears would mop the floor with Benny. Benny was not intimidating by any stretch of the imagination. Funny story. Benny used to have this friend named Bradley, and they kind of they were kind of like a pair, not like like boyfriend and boyfriend, but when everybody would say Benny or Bradley, they'd say, "Oh, we're gonna go talk to Benny and Bradley. We'll see what they're up to." So Bradley was kind of a sheltered kid, and the thing about Bradley is that he had not only did he not have a clue about women, I don't think he's ever even been with a woman, Bradley. And when we GED is the degree, GEP is the program. Oh, okay. John Fears is like 4'11", at least threatening. My money is on Benny. Nah, I'd go with John. John has he has it. But anyways, so now when you're in 2D animation, one of the first things that you have to learn is a ball bounce. All right, and it seems simple, but it's actually not, because what a lot of people just think it's like that, like that, like that. But when you're animation, you learn about arcs. It goes into a smooth arc like that. All right, and we did this in 2D and we did this in 3D, and the ball was blue. Okay, so this is a little setup to where this is going. So later on in the program, we had to come up with title screens to our company. Like I created the company, my friend Benny created the company, my friend Bradley created the company, my friend Lewis created the company. So we all, made like little intros, like, the Fox logo or the Disney logo. And Bradley had made his company, and I kid you not, the company's name was Blue Balls Production. I kid you not. And that was his title. And when it came up on screen, the whole classroom lost their shit. Whole classroom burst out laughing. And Bradley was like, "What? What's the matter? What's wrong? Why are you laughing?" It's like, if you don't know, we're not going to tell you. Okay, so Randall got the ultra low latency. These comments coming through fast, like Randall's screenplay. Yep, for sure. I'm gonna wait for 30 minutes to get my comment read. Ha ha ha. Beep beep beep. Yeah. So yeah, Blue Balls Productions. That was the name. And then Benny got into a heated debate with the teacher, and Benny had put LLC at the end of his production company. And the teacher didn't like that. The teacher was like, Benny, you can't put LLC because that means limited liability to the company. That means you have certain legal rights, and if you don't actually have those rights, you can't put that. So Benny got pissed off, and I was like, excuse me, teacher, can I talk to you outside for a second? So Benny and the teacher go outside, and, there's like a giant window of the hallway, so, you can see people like going by in the hallway, and everybody in the class is then he just can't change this. He just can't change it. He's got to do this. So, yeah. Yeah. I read your comment, Dank Meme Time Machine. Ha ha! Ha ha! Yeah. So, yeah. That was fun. That was an interesting story. And I talked to a lot of my friends from film school and animation. And actually, point of fact, one of my friends from the animation department, his name is Chris Andrews, and he plays Mr. Mental in both Thrilling 3 Part 1 and the Thrilling 3 Part 2. So that's cool. And, so I got director's commentary of the Thrilling 3 Part 1 and the Thrilling 3 Part 2 coming out. And I'm going to be doing more secret projects that nobody knows about. Fierce doesn't even know about them. I got some projects coming in the works. Yeah, and any comments, any questions, just let me know. I will answer them unless they are particularly trolly. I'll do my best to be as honest as possible, but it's like, who would win out of a fight between you and the MMA holes? Yeah, I'll just tell you right now, the MMA holes would win off the court because I'm a pacifist. So how is your secret project going? Very good, very good. I have 22 pages of project left, and I can bang out 7 pages in about 2 hours. So if I wanted to get this done, it would probably take me about 6 hours. And if I'm typing fast and if the ideas are flowing and I got stuff going, I could probably do it less than that. 22 left. Is this a video? No, this is not a video. This is going to be a long video. No, it's not a video. Like I said, what it was a project me and Benny were working on, and it lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? John Pierce said Zack Snyder was putting 2 years ahead of him at college. Is this true? I don't know, but I'm a big fan of Zack Snyder. I really want to see that Snyder cut. I will probably buy HBO Max just for the Snyder cut. And actually, there was something else on HBO Max that I wanted to see. Zach got the plot of Batman versus Superman for Fears. Yeah. Joey, with the letters, here's the thing about Batman versus Superman. And with Batman versus Superman was the thing with Batman versus Superman and Terminator, not Dark Fate, Terminator Genesis. Here's the thing. I think those movies would have had a lot more impact and would have had a lot more punch if the trailers had not given away crucial plot points. Now, I'm going to tell you what the plot twist, the Genesis and Batman vs. Superman was, because number one, it's already given away in the plot. Number two, these movies are old enough to where it wouldn't be a real loss if I told you. But like Doomsday in Batman versus Superman could have been a major, major, major revelation if only the commercials had not given it away. And then in Terminator Genesis, I was actually a really, really, really big fan of John Connor being the bad guy. I thought it was cool that it was nanotechnology and he was a robot. He did all this stuff. But yeah. Hello, you're on the air with Slave-O-Matic 9000.
Oh shit, Brandon, are you still streaming?
Yep.
Oh, okay. What's up, buddy? Well, I wanted to have a private conversation because I just got out of work and I'm just driving home. So I wanted to talk about the secret project, Brandon. You haven't been telling them about the secret project, have you?
Not any of our secret projects.
Randall, don't fuck with me.
I have my own secret projects, dude.
I know. I heard. I was listening on the way home, man.
Yeah.
I knew you were not saying the whole time. And you said fears that you know about some of these secret projects.
You don't, and I'm not going to tell them to you until I'm done.
Really?
Yep.
Is it Fierce Man related, or is this like?
No. I said these are my own secret projects.
These are your own thing. Well, that's good, man. That's good to have your own secret project.
Yep, I've got a few things that got a few things in the works. Few scripts, few video ideas.
All delicious jams and jelly.
Yep. I was thinking about doing a cooking stream.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, not a cooking stream, but I was thinking of showing everybody how I make a quesadilla. You know, because I can make a pretty tasty quesadilla.
Well, I want to run something by you. Since I have you and the fans.
Oh, Timmy MC wants to know, Lord Randall, are you allowed to have non-Fierce Man projects? Yes, I am, Timmy. Yeah.
What the hell? Timmy makes me. We took this Slave-O-Matic 9000 go back.
Yeah.
Of course, Timmy, listen to me. It's Randall's channel. He can do whatever the hell he wants. It's Randall's channel. I appreciate all the help that Randall gives. I don't know how to animate with this shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to draw. So I always appreciate Randall's help. But Randall comes to me always with, you mind if I take like 4 or 5 days off to like work on my shit? I'm like, go for it, Randall, because I'm like, I need to work on 4 or 5 next videos, you know, and then once Randall and me get our own little things done, then we regroup and we start right back on Cameo Man shit and Fierce Man shit.
I did tell everybody that we do have a video coming tomorrow.
Well, I may upload it tonight before I go to bed or tomorrow. It'll be either late tonight or tomorrow.
Okay. And Fears was really lenient on this one too. He let me have a lot of leeway.
Yeah, I mean, there is sometimes where I know exactly what I want, and I'm like, Randy, I owe you a dinner. I owe you a dinner if you do it my way. And then Randy's like, cool. But other times I'm like, you know what, Randy? I'm so tired this week. I'm like, go out. Do whatever the hell you want. Just make it, make it hilarious.
Yeah.
Or if it's serious, make it silly. If it's hilarious, whatever. So yeah.
But yeah, I do have some scripts in the works, some feature-length scripts, and I've been doing a lot of freelance work on Fiverr. So.
Randall, did you tell them? I already kind of gave them a sneak peek. I already kind of told them a little bit about what we're going to do after I get back to my script. There's no way that we can film it before my script because, A, you've got a bunch of shit going on, I've got a bunch of shit going on, and I've got work, and I've got like some other projects that I want to edit before I go to my script. Did you tell them what we're gonna film after I get back? Because I kind of gave them a little hint that what we're going to do.
No, I didn't tell them, and I don't think we should tell them.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I believe so.
I'll give you a hint, Randall. The weekend?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, I already told them that we were going to film it, so it's not a big surprise. So is it okay if I reveal it now?
If you want to, go ahead.
Because I didn't tell them everything. I just kind of gave them the guys, it is confirmed. Me and Randall are going to not really recreate. We're going to do a parody version of the music video Blinding Lights the Weekend, but like in a Florida twist. So me and Randall are going to get matching Hawaiian shirts. Randall, we're going to go to Walmart and basically buy my favorite sunglasses. We're going to go to Walmart and get Casey Neistat glasses.
Fierce, Timmy MC wants to know when your OnlyFans are coming.
know what an OnlyFans channel is, right, Randall?
Yeah.
What the hell,
I know what it is.
you know that,
Yeah.
You know what the hell that shit is?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Timmy's got a sick little mind, I'm telling you.
Jimmy's wonderful. What are you talking about?
Timmy is wonderful, but every now and then she asks me pretty insane questions.
He or she says, John Pierce, we can't hear you. It sounds like you farting through a walkie-talkie.
I mean, I'm talking on my cell phone, and then my cell phone is going through Randall's speakerphone.
I know, right? Yeah, it's crazy.
That may have something to do with it. But anyway, what I'm saying is, no, it's confirmed, guys. Me and Randall are going to do a full-blown production of Blinding Lights. It's going to probably take weeks to film it.
I am going to plan the shit out of this.
What, all the shots, Randall?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I want to do some shots, shot for shot, but I know there's some shots in the music video that are absolutely impossible because, you know, like,
because we don't have freaking helicopters and stuff.
Yeah, we don't have helicopters, we don't have money.
We don't have helicopters, we don't have cranes, we don't have...
Face it, Randall. We make it up as we go along. You know what I'm saying? That's the best part of me and Randall's creative process.
Now, there is a...
Like Randall, like tell the fans, we kind of have a plan on what to do, but usually, like, we just make this shit up as we go along.
But I'm gonna plan the hell out of this, Pierce. I'm gonna have a shot list and like times and
okay.
Oh, Yakov is here.
It is not Yakov. It's Mr.
Yakvo,
Yakvo.
yeah. He says, "Good evening, Lord Fierce and Lord Randall. How art thou? Tell me more about these secret projects, why don't you?"
Well, how art thou, Mr. Yakvo? Thou is good and holy and wonderful and generous in thy own kingdom.
Yakov says, "Yes, Yakvo."
Well, see, he is Yakvo until he earns my trust and respect back. Because I don't know. I'm telling you, Randall, you never know with Yakvo. He's nice for a couple of weeks.
Yakvo's a great guy. What are you talking about?
Is he a sweet little angel, Randall? No, I'm serious, Randall. Tell me your friend for like a couple of weeks, couple of months. And then
Don't dig yourself into a hole, Fears. I think you should just stop right there.
I'm not. Listen, I'm being positive. I'm just saying, Yakvo is, turned the tables on me before. So, before I unblock him and accept the fact that he is hard, I'm just being careful. That's all I'm going to say. But no, Randall, I'm glad that this time we're actually going to plan the shit out of this.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this project, and I think we shoot it right. It can get a lot of views. It'll take us weeks to film it because I want to film some stuff down where I live, and I want to film some stuff down where you live, and we need to find some cool shooting locations because if we're going to parody everything about Florida and try and squeeze everything of Florida into the music video, plus making fun of and doing a parody of this music video. I love the song. I think it's a cool, catchy, like, song. I think it came out, like, at the beginning of 2020 or, like, maybe last year. And I've had this idea in my mind, and I didn't know if Randall was doing those guys. I told him, and Randall loved it.
I like the idea. I don't think the song is all that great, but I like the shots and the stuff.
Well, yeah, I had to convince I'm not gonna lie. Randall didn't love it at first, but the more I kept talking about it, and the more he saw that I got excited about it, then Randall started to love it. And then I played the song for him a couple of times, and then Randall started to love it. Randall, we don't even have to do Blinking Lights. We can pick another 80s song, but I'm really, I don't know, for some reason I love Blinking Lights. Like, sometimes when I'm watching my videos, I'm listening to Blinking Lights.
You know what I really like is the Tenet soundtrack. That was a really good soundtrack.
That's a good one. Randall, I also want to do a parody of Kung Fu Fury. Have you ever seen that on YouTube?
Kung Fury, yeah.
What did I say?
Kung Fu Fury.
Kung Fury, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable. And most of that movie was shot in front of a green screen.
Yeah.
Most of it. I think there was a few shooting locations, but yeah. But anyway, I'm very excited. So Randall, how many shots do you think it'll take to pull off this music video parody?
Well, let's say that it's a 3-minute video. Okay. So it's a 3-minute video. So that means it is 60 times 60 times 60. So 180 seconds. And I would say there's about 2 shots per second, or no, 2 seconds per shot. So I would say it would be about 90 shots. But a lot of these shots are going to be very simple because they are very quick. And here's one thing that I want to tell you. I don't think that we should try to duplicate the exact shot, like the shot size and shot framing. I think we should duplicate the subject of the shot and make it pretty in our own sensibilities. You know what I mean?
Well, some shots, Randall, some shots are just too legendary not to reshoot.
Yeah.
So we'll have to shoot some shots. Again, we're not making fun of the music video. We're doing a parody of it.
I wouldn't even say it's a parody. I would say it's a tribute or an homage.
Or a remake, right?
Yeah. Remake or redo would also be a,
Or a parody remake, I guess. And there's some shots that I guarantee you, Randall, we'll make up as we go. Because that's usually how we flow, you know? Like we'll be shooting some shots, you guys, and then all of a sudden, Randall will be like, Fears, in a dream, Fears, I had this shot about Fear fan doing this. And I'm like, fuck it, Randall, put it in the cartoon. Go for it. Go nuts. Randall, so tell them about Fears Man episode 5, Randall.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, guys. I'm not going to reveal too much, but Randall has been working his ass off on this. Randall, they need to get really excited. They need to get really excited because will Fierce Man take down Black Aldrin? Will Black Aldrin escape? Will Fierce Man find out Black Aldrin's secret lair in time and save the city of St. Louis? Find out on the next episode of Fierce Man.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
And Randall, this will be the first time that Fierce Man uses the power from the crystal.
Yep.
He doesn't use the power of fear yet.
No.
Not yet. He's going to use the power of fear, I think, in episode 6. But he's going to use the power of black. Because the Fierce Man is the greatest block master of all time.
Yeah.
Randall, do you realize how many videos and how many troll channels I've taken down? Endless.
That's cool.
Randall, I'm telling you, when I hit 100,000, YouTube should give me 2 awards. One for just getting to 100,000, and 2 for having the most galactic channels and most taken down channels. I would accept that. I would accept that honor this prize. I'm just joking. I'm just pulling you right now.
You're just fibbing.
I'm just making a funny, Randall. Anyway, but no, it's all delicious jams and jellies, guys. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna love it. You guys are gonna love it. Randy has been just working his tail off on this trailer. So I was like, Randy, before we start working on episode 5, I'm like, we have got to get this excited. And Randall's like, well, Fears, I always make a trailer for you. And I was like, all right. I'm like, well, you trailer it out. And
yeah.
I think they're going to be very pleased with this trailer.
Yeah.
Can you give them? I think they've only got a couple of more shots to figure out, Randall. We're going to figure out the drawing for the next shots like tomorrow. But can you give them a time base of when the trailer will be up? Do you think it'll be up before I go back home to visit my parents and my friends?
Oh yeah. I think it'll be done probably. If I had to set a time frame, I like to give myself a cushion, Fears, and a cushion means that I give myself about 30 to 40% more time than I think it'll take. But I think we could have it realistically done by the 21st or the 22nd.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me, because that would be awesome. That would be like right before my trip. The fans will get excited.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh shit, what's Spears Man up to in the next, chapter of Spears Man, the epic cartoon. And then as soon as I get back from my trip, I upload the epic trip video, and then there it is. And then we'll get right on Spears Man episode 5 and have that done in about a month, before Christmas time.
Yeah.
So there it is, my friend. And, oh yeah. And Randall, I cannot wait to do another Cameo Man episode, because we've been working a lot on Spears Man stuff. I want to play Cody again.
Yeah.
I definitely want to play Cody in some capacity at some point.
The next Cameo Man that we do will absolutely, positively, without a doubt, be a self-contained episode. It'll have a beginning, middle, and end.
Nice. And I'll get to play Cody, right? You'll play Ray.
No, I'm getting Ryan to play Cody. You're out.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, Randall.
All right.
What the fuck, man?
Fears, do me a favor. Do me a favor.
What's up?
Name a playing card hand that is not a royal flush.
Well, Randall, I don't play a lot of cards, so I can't.
Oh, you better.
Well, I can't remember what's in a royal flush. I don't play a lot of cards, but I'll do my best. Is the 10 of hearts in a royal flush?
No. Name a hand in poker that is not a royal flush.
I don't know. I don't play a lot of poker.
You don't gamble? What the hell, Fears?
Yeah, I do gamble sometimes, but I haven't gambled since me and Aaron in May 2007 to watch the Chris Angel Mind Freak show. So it's been a while.
All right.
It's been a minute, buddy.
Yeah, well, I'm originally from Las Vegas, so I know a lot of that stuff. I was thinking about taking up poker. I really was.
Randall, the last time I played poker was in college, for God's sake. So if you do take up poker, I'm in, buddy, and you can teach me how to play poker again.
Well, what's cool is like down here in Florida, they have nickel groups, which are
nice.
you just bring like a crap load of nickels, and they use that as playing. And I was thinking about getting into poker because number one, if I get good at it, it'll be profitable, and then
before we go to this nickel club or whatever the hell it's called, I'm gonna look like a complete dumbass on the phone.
Yeah.
So if you come over to my house and we just play a couple of games, together and you can teach me.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to go there and be like, hey, James, it's your turn to do a hand, and then I'm just sitting like a dumbass, like, what the fuck do I do now?
Timmy MC says the only gambling Randall is when the girl is hot enough not to wear rubber.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
God damn. You know what I mean?
I love them. They're great. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you. Timmy asked those hard-burning, questions.
Well, that was a statement, but anyways. Yeah, I really want to learn poker because here's the thing, dude.
Randall, even though it was a statement, you know that it's Timmy MC. So after a statement comes a question, and Timmy will ask the question. I know it. It's going to happen.
All right.
Timmy has been interested in my sex life ever since Timmy MC became...
No, he didn't say anything about you. He said me.
It doesn't matter. Timmy always asks about your sex life, my sex life, Jacob life or anyone's sex life. That's all she cares about. I'm telling you. You know how many times like Jimmy's asked me like my penis size and like would John Pierce give somebody a reach around, and all these random ass questions. You know? Anyway.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say? You're thinking about?
I'm thinking about getting into poker because I'm not bored with it yet, but I think I might get bored of Magic in 1 or 2 years.
Wait, you're so good at Magic. Oh, I wouldn't quit. I would keep it up. I'm serious.
Yeah. But the thing is, like...
Listen. People love the Magic movie. They love it.
I know, but I know like 60 tricks by heart, you know. I know 60 tricks by heart, but the thing is like, you know, trying to find a new trick that I haven't seen before is really difficult. And also, even though I know 60 tricks, I'm like doing the same 60 tricks like every time. I mean, it's a new crowd every time, so it's new to them, but you know, it's kind of like taking the flavor out for me, you know. So I kind of.
Brando, I see your point. And you know what you should do? The internet is huge, Brando. Go on YouTube, you do some internet research, and find new tricks, and then there's stuff on the internet where you can take like the oldest magic trick in the book and spin it around and make it into a new trick. You know what I'm saying? So always like keep developing your act. You know what I'm saying? Like always keep your act nice and fresh and new and live, and then that problem will never happen.
Well, I mean, I do that. I search for magic stuff all the time. The problem is finding stuff I haven't seen before. That's the problem.
Brando, you can find anything on Google or YouTube. That's why they invented it.
Yeah.
Literally, you write anything in Google within reason, and you can find it on YouTube and on Google. Anything.
Uh-huh.
Like I'll give a sample example. Sometimes me and Randy don't know what sound effects we're going to use in Beer Stand. And I'm like, you know what, Randy? I'll describe to Randy what I think sound effects should sound like. I'm like, Randy, like, you know, when he jumps out of the building, obviously he's going to land on the concrete, and it needs to make a loud noise, like kind of a crushing concrete noise.
Yeah.
Randy will find it. Like the first episode, Beer Stand dives out of his apartment window, flies all the way down, and he's got his costume in his hand, and then he slams down on the pavement, runs across the street, goes through the revolving doors to help the pizza shop, and transforms into Beer Stand for the very first time. And Randy, what sound effects do you use for the breaking of the concrete and then the swishing noise, like when Beer Stand ran through the revolving doors? Tell the band.
For the breaking sound, I Googled that, and I found that on YouTube. But for the swooshing sound, I don't know why I thought of this. It popped into my head. I looked for it, and I used it, and it works beautifully. For the swooshing sound of the revolving door, there's a scene in The Mask where the mask turns into the mask, and he's on the stage, and he's got this drummer, and he spins the drummer around real fast, and it makes this sound. And that was actually the sound that I used for the revolving door. I don't know why that popped into my head, but I used it. It worked beautifully.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, Randy is a genius. I would have never thought of that. I would have just said, I would have put in there like whooshing sound, whooshing noise, like elevator whooshing noise, or like revolving door noise, something like that.
Yeah.
And Randy's like, here, listen to this, give it a chance. I listened to it, I was like, this doesn't fantastic, man. I'm like, that sound effect will work. I'm like, move on to the next sound effect. And he's like, do you want to know what it was? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, no, what is that? And he told me, and I was like, that's awesome. I'm like, I remember that. I'm like, I love the Mask. I'm like,
it's a great movie.
It's a great movie, and I was like, it's very funny and funny as hell.
It's got Cameron Diaz at the height of her hotness.
Oh, she's pretty good. Are you kidding me? She's still about it. She's a little older, but she's hot still.
I've seen some bad pictures.
She got nasty and she got rid of that.
I don't know if it's like Photoshop or, you know, if they caught her on a bad day with no makeup, but I've seen some photos of like Cameron Diaz like today. I don't know.
Let's put it this way. Has she turned into the creature from the Black Lagoon?
I don't know, Fierce, because I don't really know because there's so much you can do with Photoshop, and you and I both know that there is so much people can do with fucking Photoshop.
Oh my God, Randall! You know how many pictures and how many videos and trolls have made of me? If anyone knows what you can do with Photoshop, here's no.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've got Nazi symbols on my face. I've been put into a Nazi costume. I've got a Nazi tattoo on the back of my head. Right, I took all these channels down. I took all these videos down, but I've seen crazy out there shit.
Cameron Diaz is the creature from the Black Lagoon. Here's the thing, Timmy. Here's the thing. You have not seen the pictures that I have seen. All right.
Let me ask you a question, Randall. Where are these pictures of Cameron Diaz that you've been checking out?
You just look up Cameron Diaz ugly, and I think that'll pull it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a fucking website saying Cameron Diaz ugly.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Pierce. A lot of the women that were hot in the 90s were hot because they had a lot of plastic surgeries. And a lot of women who were hot in the 90s because of plastic surgery are now not hot because of plastic surgery. Because it looks like their face is melted.
Now, Randall, please don't ruin my childhood. Do you know who my first celebrity crush was ever of all time?
No.
Neb Campbell out of Scream. She is so fucking hot back then.
Yeah.
Do you think she's hot today still? I say yes.
I don't know. I haven't seen a picture of Nev lately.
Well, she just recently got back into film, and so I think the last movie she did was with The Rock, and it was called Skyscraper, where buried to The Rock, and The Rock is this big time building designer or big time building developer, and he basically they have him and his family stay in this big skyscraper, apartment complex or some shit, and it's supposed to be state of the art. And the first night, I think the terrorists take over the skyscraper and put bombs in it and shit. And I saw it, and she looks pretty decent. She looks pretty hot still.
Yeah.
Because she's only 40. I think the last time I looked her up, I think 47ish, 48ish. Listen, bottom line, here, let's go tap that shit. She is hot.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like Neve Campbell. She was really cool.
Randall, all I gotta say is The Craft.
Yeah, The Craft was a good movie. I like that movie.
Hello, she was in Scream, and
they are making a Craft 2, by the way.
And let's put it this way, Randall. If I met Neve Campbell back in the day, she was in Scream, and Fears would make her scream.
Just digging yourself a hole. Just digging that hole. Digging it. Digging it. Digging
I'm not digging it, Randall. I am telling the honest God.
And Timmy MC says, to find the Cameron Diaz pics, I believe you have to Google Carrie Slavon leaked pics.
God damn. Holy shit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Damn.
Timmy is ruthless.
He is fucking ruthless. No, Randall, I'm being honest. You're telling me you would not, if you have a chance, you're telling me you would not have sex with Neve Campbell.
I don't know. I would have to see her first. It's been quite a while since the 90s here. It's been 20 years.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think she's changed that much. I mean, I saw her in Skyscraper. She had a couple of things, but nothing she's around my age now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not for God's sake, she's not in her 60s or her 70s. I don't know, she looks pretty cute. She still looks pretty cute in Skyscraper.
Yeah.
Oh, but Randall, I'm telling you, when I was young, it was a bad, love. Oh man, I thought Neve Campbell was so hot. She was my first celebrity crush.
Yeah. See, Timmy MC says Fears would tap that ass like nobody's business.
Hell yeah, I would. Hell yeah.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. I had another celebrity crush. you guys, actually, the fans know that I love stuff like Happy Myers and some Yummy Delias.
Yeah.
Those are like models. Those are like models.
Timmy MC says John Fears would make Niev an independent single mother.
God damn. Jesus. Man, I'm telling you, Timmy is fucking ruthless tonight, man. I'm telling you, Randall, I don't even think I could say what he said about Gary. I mean, I've said a lot of bad things about Gary, and me and Gary don't get along, but I don't even think I could say what he said about Gary. That was fucking ruthless.
I hope Carrie's okay.
I mean, even though me and Carrie don't get along, at one time we were a friend, and I wish her the best. She's a little weird, but I wish her the best, and someone told me, Psychical told me that she's in the hospital right now, so, I mean, I hope she's okay.
Oh, well, I hope she pulls through with whatever it is.
I don't really know what it is, but, I mean, she's had bad health for years. I mean, eating pizza every single night, you know, for months on end.
Well, pizza actually is healthy, Fears, because if you get a pizza with pepperoni, that has all 4 food groups. It has wheat and grains, which is, you know, wheat and grains. Then it has vegetables, you know, like tomato sauce. Then it has dairy, which is cheese. And then if you get it with pepperoni and sausage, you got meat. So you got all the 4 food groups right there.
Randy, can I be honest with you? The day that she said that pizza is healthy, I almost died of laughter. I swear to God. I mean, I was laughing so hard, I almost had a heart attack.
Yeah.
But I'm like, are you nuts? Like, pizza is not healthy. But like, first of all, it's covered in cheese. And like, second of all, it's got shitloads of grease.
Well, you can't have cheese, but a lot of people can have cheese. Cheese is actually high in vitamin C.
So what I'm saying is the goddamn pizza is covered in grease and cheese is fattening, and dough is fattening. Bread is fattening, and then they cover it in meat, and meat is usually fattening too. So, and then me and Randall struck gold whenever we made the Healthy Pizza Shop. Randall, tell the fans, me and you got big plans for the Healthy Pizza Shop. I'm telling you.
You know, I might actually start doing commercials on Fiverr, Fears.
What, actual commercials?
Yeah, like animated commercials. Like I saw this one commercial, and I was like, did they like spend $2 on this commercial? Like, this commercial is horrible. And I look at that Healthy Pizza Shop commercial that I made, and I'm like, that commercial is better than that commercial. I mean, honestly, I think like my animated commercial was better than the used car salesman commercial.
I gotta say, whenever you made that speaker project for me, you uploaded it on Unlisted. So viewers, watch this before you upload it to the channel. I was dying of laughter.
Yeah.
So we need to make a Healthy Pizza Shop commercial part 2, and we need to make a Slave-O-Matic 9000 commercial.
If we're going to do a Slave-O-Matic 9000 commercial, I get to design the Slave-O-Matic however I want.
That's fine. I'm just saying it needs to be some type of robot.
I want them to look like Wall-E.
Like whatever robot you rent, it needs to like fully function like a household product. Like yes, indeed, the Slave-O-Matic 9000. Too lazy to get your fat ass out of bed? No problem. The Slave-O-Matic will see those dishes for you. Too lazy to make dinner for your wife? Not a problem. The Slave-O-Matic will order pizza for you. You know, or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'll come up with something funny.
Like the Slave-O-Matic will fulfill your every need. And then, Randall, you know one of my favorite movies is Stay Tuned. You know, because
yeah.
you can stay tuned to the fear fan. You know, in the middle of the movie where they're in that commercial and that one guy is like doing a commercial for the Napa Crapper 9000.
Yeah.
We need to recreate that commercial, the Napa Crapper 9000.
David Wendell is here. Hey, Randy, sup, Yakbo, and Timmy, long time no see, Timmy.
What's up, David? I can nominate to come to Missouri and have a beer, and David and me are going to hang out. David said he wants to hit up a third store. Kind of like Slackers, but it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I'd like to see Slackers. I really would. Timmy MC.
Well, I got to tell the fans. Randall unfortunately cannot come on the trip with me this time, guys. Unfortunately, but next time, hopefully Randall can come. Randall, one day I will show you Slackers. It's a pretty cool store. It's the ultimate nerd store. They've got movie props there. They've got comics. They've got VHS. They've got DVDs. They got Blu-rays. They got video games. For your little heart desire. The Fair Camp Gamer would have a field day in that store.
You know what I wish was open?
What's up?
Hibachi Grill. Oh man.
Yes, Randall, because that fucking place that you took me to, that food was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, we went there for Thanksgiving, and Fierce didn't have any sushi, but actually I don't think you can have sushi because I think there's like some dairy or fish in it or something. But
well, I can have fish, but I can't have dairy shit in it.
Yeah, but sushi is so good. I swore off Chinese food, but I will have sushi. Because yeah, it is because of the Corona pandemic. Yeah.
It's still closed?
Yeah. I know. I was like, Mom, we should go get some sushi, and she's like, No, it's closed.
Well, dude, Randall, the next time I come to visit you, and the next time we go, like, to hang out and shit, and the next time that fucker is open, we are going. Because that, dude, I'm telling you, I don't mean to curse, but like, man, that food is amazing.
David Wendell says Slackers is pretty dope, but a little overpriced. Retail stores like that usually are sometimes.
I'll be honest, it is a little overpriced. You get your money's worth. I mean, if you're a collector like I am, with movies and like nerdy things and movie props and shit like that, I mean, it's definitely worth the money. But you're definitely gonna spend over $20. Easy.
Yeah.
So here's tonight, wait to get my little hands on Slacker merch.
Yep. They do generally have a lot of cool stuff too, he says.
Well, David wants to go to this place called Cosmic Options. My buddy Dave owns it. You know the guy, the Dave guy that owns the convention brand, the contamination convention?
Not personally, no.
Well, I've told him about it. You know what I mean? He's been in my video. He basically like sold the convention to somebody. I don't know who he sold the convention to. And then that guy took the convention out of St. Louis. And then with all the money that Dave got from selling his convention, he opened up like a massive, dirty, like comic book store called the Cosmic Comic or something like that. And I told him, dude, that's it. I get in town, and whenever I'm not hanging out with like my friends and my family, I'm going to sneak away and drive to Illinois, and I'm thinking of and I'll probably film a lot in there. So the fans should know that I'll probably spend at least one day filming in there, pretty much like all day.
Jimmy MC says Randall needs to get himself to a wing house so those women can see what the true gentleman looks like.
Yes.
I do. You are correct, Timmy MC. I really need.
If Timmy's saying that I'm a gentleman, but I'm not a gentleman, that's bullshit, Timmy. I'm treating Casey over Timmy. I feel that I'm a gentleman when it comes to ladies.
I think Timmy MC was talking about people who usually go there, not you first.
Oh, okay, I got you. Because I was like, I'm a gentleman when it comes to ladies. Like, I stick up for ladies. I'm all about women's rights. I'm all about, being a lady with making the effort. But whoever my lady is, whatever I'm dating, I try to treat her with the utmost respect and kindness, and just flower her with gifts and delicious jams and jellies, and treat her nice. Because that's how I was raised. My dad said, put your best foot forward when it comes to a lady. That's why my dad has been with my mom for like over 40 years. Oh, I think it's 43 or 44 now, something like that. So my mom and my dad were doing quite good at this place. That's pretty good. I haven't heard any more news about my dad though, Randall. But the last time I talked to my mom said that my dad was starting to feel a little bit better, so that's good. I mean, he's got his good days and he's got his bad days. So, anyway, Randall, I'm almost home. I'm about to the shower and some heat. Why don't you call me after the show's done, buddy?
Okay. I'll call when it gets dull, if it does.
Well, as soon as the show's done, give me a call.
All right.
Alright, later to the fans, and I always have to do a shameless plug. Don't subscribe to
Cameo Man and logging with Mr. Brown with Randy Brown.
Oh, really, Randall? Is that how it is? God damn you! Yeah, subscribe to Cameo Man and the blogger with Mr. Randall Brown.
Lord Randall.
And subscribe to Spears Vlog and Spears Man 26 on YouTube. For all those delicious jams and jellies and more delicious jams and jellies on the way, and more surprises and more epic adventures. Alright, this is Caleb, this is Randall.
I'm not signing out, you're signing out.
I'm signing off, Randall, and I'll see you later.
Alright, talk to you later, bye.
Alright, bye.
That's enough of that shit. Trying to get good at my sleight of hand, my card manipulation. Trying to get it down. Don't tell anybody I'm doing this. Magicians find out, they will kill me for doing another secret. I love getting inspired by Timmy MC. Timmy, thou art a perfect person. And David Wendell, you've been doing okay. But all of you inspire me. So there you go. So, David Wendell, a fine specimen from who the drum inspiration from, to be sure. I don't know if he's talking about me or Timmy MC, but I will take it as both. So there you go. You gotta learn how to do this quickly. See, I go to bars and I do magic for people. I want to give you an update on that. As of the last count, in the past 4 months, I've made $96 doing magic for people. And here's the thing: I don't even ask for tips. I never say, hey, I'm doing magic for money. You want to tip me? Hey, I'm working for tips. You want to do something for me? I never say that. Like, one time, I was doing magic for a guy who was pretty drunk, and he was putting me through a lot of hoops. And I call those hoopers, people who do that. And but here's the thing about the hoopers: those people are the people who will pay you the most. And this guy reached out and he shook my hand, and I felt there was something in his hand, and I was like, oh, this maybe like a thank you note, or like maybe it's a card I dropped or something. I look at my palm, I open it up. It's a nice, crisp $20 bill. That was quite the night. That was awesome. Randall, what on these post-its on the door are the name of adult film stars? No. I will read you what they are. The post-its on the door, I get all my magic tricks from a group called magicmakers.com. And I'm not all my stuff, but the majority, the bulk of my stuff, I get from magicmakers.com. And I bought so much stuff from Magic Makers that the owner, Rob Stiff, writes me little post-it notes when I order stuff. I'll go ahead and read you the post-its right now. And they were really nice, and they were really cool. So I just put them on my door just to remind me, there's some cool people out there. So I'll read you what they say. They're very short messages, but a lot of them are like, thank you for doing our stuff. One says, can you help us with the ultimate 4-card trick review on Amazon? I did that. Bonus Magic, hope all is okay in Port Orange. Take care, Randy Rockstead. Thank you, Randy. Can you help us work with the Rainbow Deck review on Amazon? Bonus Magic, close up, rad. Take care, Rockstead. So those were really cool, and those were really nice messages and handwritten. So it's kind of personal. So I really enjoyed that personal touch. You don't always. And actually, Magic Makers has actually sent me a lot of free stuff, so they are pretty damn cool. Let's see. Man, I used to know a bunch of good bar card tricks, but I forgot most of them. The welcomes all tips, sometimes just a tip. But yeah, I made $96 in the last 4 or 5 months, so that's pretty cool. And financially I'm well taken care of. But any other stuff, any other extra stuff is, it's pretty much welcome. So yeah, like I said, to fears, I might get bored with Magic, not in the next 1 or 2 years, maybe in the next 2 or 3 years. Because here's the thing, it's really difficult to find tricks that I haven't seen, and a lot of tricks are variations on tricks that I've seen 1,000 times before, and I'll show you this one book I got. This one's pretty good. This one is called Mental Magic, Surefire Tricks to Amaze Your Friends. And this book it's primarily math, which is pretty much useless at bars because if people are drunk, they're probably going to mess up the math. That's the only downside to magic. Now, yeah, dude, how you been, Randy? Horrible Harry, how's it going, man? Pretty good. What are you up to? Randall, do you watch that Penn and Teller Fool show or whatever it's called? David Wendell, I'm going to tell you, my goal, my dream. What are you working on writing-wise? I'll get to that, Horrible Harry. Let me answer David Wendell's first. Let me answer David Wendell's question first. My goal, my dream. I don't even care if I win. I would just like to be on X Factor. I would like to be on America's Got Talent. And I would like to be on Penn and Teller's Fool Us. And to kick it up a notch, I'd like to be on Penn and Teller's Fool Us and fool them. And then after I've done that, I would like to be the first person to fool Penn and Teller multiple times. Now, they do have a person who fooled them like 3 times in a row, but I want to go for 4 times in a row. So that's Horrible Harry, what are you working on writing-wise? Right now, I've got a big order coming in. Really big, super huge. It'll take care of my financial needs for probably half a month. But I'm not going to tell you how much it is. But there's this Jamaican guy. He wants me to write like a little comedy for him. And then if the movie goes good, he's going to hire me for individual episodes. The Jamaican guy wants me to do a 90 to 110 page script. And I'm going to be starting that on October 1st. So that's going to be fun. And doing a lot of cool stuff on Fiverr. I've got a lot of people who are really impressed with me, and I've got a lot of reviews. I've got like 6 or 7 reviews, and I've got a 4.5 rating out of 5 stars. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So 4.5 out of 5, not that bad. I think if you were grading in a school, 4.5 would be pretty much like B plus, A minus. So, what are you working on writing? Do you want to join in the Magicians Guild thing in California? I don't know anything about that, Horrible Harry. Tell me about that. 4 in a row is pretty ballsy. LOL, they know their shit. Yeah, they do. And I've actually got a video. And basically, what we do in the video is Penn and Teller take a card, and they just do this, and then they give it to a person off screen, and then in a totally different part of the country, somebody pretends like, take my card. Oh, here, I'm going to do a little card trick for you, and they do a card trick, and I was actually involved in that. I'm pretty sure you can see it either here or on my blog on Mr. Brown channel, but that was pretty cool. Isn't there like all the magicians we are part of? I don't know the exact name of it. Isn't there like an association all the best magicians are part of? There probably is. I don't know what it is, but here's the thing. One of my favorite magicians, Todd Bogue, I, I did an interview with him, and I got it transcribed, and it's on one of my blogs. I'll tell you the name of the blog later when I can think of it. But yeah, I did an interview with him, and then I wrote it down. And the cool thing about that is, like, number one, I actually helped him unstack chairs for his show because he was the only person there. He's a one-man show. You know, he's really cool. And he's a one-man show. And what's funny is I've seen his show 3 times. So the thing about magicians is that you never want to do the same trick for the same person twice. And I saw a show 3 times. So while I was in the show, I was kind of like getting like little ideas, bits, because like I suddenly realized how some of those shows have done. I try to grow as a magician. Um, I'm always buying writing books, and there's actually this cool website on. It's called penguinmagic.com, and it's like YouTube. It's like YouTube, but you pay for each trick, and each trick could be like $4.95, and then they have magicians who give away their whole act for like $69.95. And basically, how they break that up is that they have 2 halves to the show, and the first half is the demonstration where they show you, how the trick looks like to the layman, and then they show you, and the second half is the explanation where they explain how the tricks are done. And what I like to do is I don't like to just pull magic tricks from other. I don't just like to steal magic tricks from other magicians. I like to steal their jokes too. I gotta say. Don't know the exact name of it. That sounds like your Patreon. Yeah, that does sound like my Patreon. I have not been keeping up with it. Because, like I said, I said this before to Fierce Horrible Harry. The thing with YouTube and magic tricks in general is that finding new tricks, ones that will actually work and are simple and easy to do and don't require arts and crafts, are very hard to come by. Coming by a new original trick that I would want to do is it's really difficult. Like, there are a lot of tricks on YouTube, but a lot of them are just same variations on a certain trick. And if you're just like, just Google it or anything, it's harder than that. It's harder than that. But what's cool is I take a lot of vitamins, as you can see over there. Take a lot of vitamins, and would you be prepared to perform a trick on Fool Us at this moment? Are you working on a super trick? Yes, I am. Um, uh, I am working on a super trick, and I've actually already got one super trick. I've actually already got one super trick, and it's called the invisible card trick. And basically, I'll give you the preview of the trick. I'm not going to do the trick because I don't have cards with it. I mean, we got these two, but that won't work. But I'll tell you the basic demonstration of the trick. I won't tell you the explanation. But the basic trick goes like this. Have a pair of dice. Have the person roll a dice. They pick a number very randomly. And then I tell them, well, here are 4 cards. Okay, we've got 2 red here, 2 black here. And then pick the red or the black. And let's say they pick the red. And I go, okay, here's the black. Then we have the Queen of Diamonds here, Queen of Hearts here, Queen of Diamonds here, Queen of Hearts here. Go ahead and pick the Queen of Diamonds, the Queen of Hearts. Then they pick, let's say, the Queen of Hearts. They'll say, you know what? Here, hold on to this Queen of Diamonds. You know, I never liked the Queen of Hearts, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear the Queen of Hearts up. Stick that in my pocket right there. Now, can I see that Queen of Diamonds right there? I'm going to take that. So I take the Queen of Diamonds, and this is not a real card. It's an invisible card. So I take the invisible card and I stick it in the deck, although I don't really do anything because it's not a real card. And then I tell the audience, I talked to my wireless carrier. And my wireless carrier said this trick is hands-free. So I'm going to take my left hand, put it behind my back. I'm going to take my other left hand, put it behind my back. And then I lean over, I blow on the card. The top card flips over, and on the deck, face up, is the Queen of Diamonds. And I'm like, wait a minute, what do we do with the Queen of Hearts? I forgot. And I'm like, well, we tore it up. Like, we did? And then I reach into my pocket and I pull out the torn up Queen of Hearts. That is called the invisible card trick. That's the demonstration. It's not the explanation, demonstration. And I've got a Wix site, and I know how to operate it, but here's the thing about Wix. They do have a store feature, but the problem with it is that without purchasing premium or like moderate settings, I can only do 3 gigabytes worth of data, and 3 gigabytes worth of data is probably about 10 minutes. So what I'm thinking about selling the invisible card trick for like maybe $6, $7. And then I've also got another trick that is freaking fantastic. And I'll tell you the explanation of this one too. Okay, so what you have a person do is a random number, like 14. So you count 14 cards down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14. Then you set the pile of discarded cards to the side. And then you go, okay, what's 4 plus 1? Like 5. So you count back 5 cards. And I'm not going to say any more about it, but this. Person signs a card. You put it back in the deck. They choose a random number. You go to that random number. Their card is there, but there's no signature on it. Set it back down on the deck, shuffle it, and then you have them count down to a number. You show them the card. It is the same card, but now it has the signature back on the card. Then you put the card back in the deck. You set the discarded deck on top of the original deck. You turn the top card over. It's their card. No signature. And that would be the trick. If I did go on Penn and Teller, that is the trick I would do. I wouldn't do the invisible card trick, because the invisible card trick, if you're a magician, you already know the trick. It's very simple and simplistic. But that's the cool thing about the invisible card trick is, number one, the reveal is so amazing. People like freak out. Okay, I gotta read some comments here. 4 in a row, 30 balls. They know their shit. Been famous. Sounds like your Patreon. Would you be prepared to perform a trick, fool us at this moment, or are you working on that one? Could you make fears disappear? Yes, I could. Very interested. So yeah, that sign card trick would be the trick I could do. And I'm really proud of that sign card trick because, number one, it's 3 simple, easy tricks combined into one. But when you combine them all into one, the effect becomes invisible. That's cool. And like I said, the other trick I would do is where they sign a card, stick it in the deck, shuffle it, clean card, shuffle it again, sign card, shuffle it again. That would be cool. That'd be cool. I'm probably already saying too much right here, but yeah. So any other questions? Randall, what is the best trick to guarantee your relations with a woman? I know you're being facetious and sarcastic, but I will answer that. There is a trick, and I saw Todd Bogue do this trick, and it's a pretty cool trick. And again, I'll give you the explanation. I'll give you the demonstration, but I won't explain it. So basically, what you have to do is you have a woman pick a card from a deck of cards, and she signs it. And if you got a silver Sharpie, that's a little bit classier, you know. She signs it. Then you take a card out of the deck. You sign it, and then you have them both place it back into the deck. And then you shuffle it, do a JOC cut, whatever, and then you take the top card, fold it up, have it, put it in her mouth. Then you take the folded up card, put it in your mouth, and then you go, what we're going to do is we're going to touch cards, and those cards are going to change in your mouth. So get real close, you do the touch, then you go, okay, look at your card. She looks at a card. Her card has turned into your card. And then you unravel your card, and your card has turned into her card. I've seen this trick done tons of times on YouTube. It's a knockout trick. The problem with this trick is that it uses a technique that's called a double lift. And here's the thing, I don't do any sleight of hand. I'm learning sleight of hand, but I'm very sloppy with it. Like, I can do a few, like, tricks like that, but I have very sloppy sleight of hand techniques, so very sloppy. But the double lift is a particularly hard move for me. It takes skill. And like I said, a lot of my tricks have no sleight of hand. They are what you would call self-working magic. Would it also work by substituting something else for the mouth? Possibly. That's all I'm going to say about that. Possibly. So, yeah. So, yeah, and you can find that. You just go to, like, Magic Trick, Kiss Trick, and you'll find tons. Now, here's the thing. If this freaking pandemic ever gets over again, I am going to try my darndest to get to a Hooters, with or without fears. And I really want to try to find somebody. The problem is finding somebody who's not a flake and finding somebody who's trustworthy. Those are the two things. And that is really tough because I've had guys say, yeah, oh yeah, call me, I'll go to the Hooters on Sunday. We'll go it on Wednesday. Call them, didn't answer. Call them again, didn't answer. And like, I'm offering a free meal here. I'm like, if you shoot for me, I will buy you dinner and a drink. But one thing, you got to zip it. If you're my cameraman, here's the thing: a lot of people don't know about cameramen. Cameramen only speak in 3 instances: running out of film, running out of battery, somebody blocking the camera. Those are the only 3 times that a cameraman is supposed to speak. Now, my cameraman, I'm not going to say his name because he doesn't want me to know his name. He doesn't want me to say his name, but we'll call him Dice. Dice was a good cameraman, but the problem with Dice is that he's Jewish and he's really religious, and there are actually specific instances in the Bible that say, don't have anything to do with a person who works with magic. But that Bible verse is talking about people who cast spells, put curses on people. I do magic tricks, and actually a lot of my magic tricks aren't even magic; they're math. Yeah, I really would love to go back there, and I was thinking about going to Applebee's because Applebee's has a pretty quality staff most of the time. I used to do karaoke at Applebee's, but the problem with it was, and get this, the manager at Applebee's said the reason they stopped doing karaoke is that they had too much business. Huh? Baking powder? Excuse me? Too much business? I think that's a problem that a lot of businesses would like to have. But they said, yeah, we get so many people on karaoke night, and we only have 4 or 5 members in our staff. Our staff can't keep up with how many people are coming to karaoke. It's a packed house. I was like, again, a lot of businesses would kill for that problem. Hey, what's up, Tender Immortal? What's going on? Having a good night? I hope so. Yeah. So, yeah, too much business. That's a weird problem to have. Actually, I think that's a good problem. But yeah, I really want to do some more magic, and I really am going to try my darndest to get some footage. Actually, I'm not going to be going to karaoke for another week because right now I'm a little bit low on cash. I have enough to last me throughout the week, but I can't do anything fun like go to karaoke or go out to dinner. And my, mom usually pays for dinner anyways, but and mom doesn't want to go out to karaoke where it's indoors because of coronavirus. So she is. Now I do go to karaoke all the time alone. Not all the time, but on Sundays, on Fridays, and Saturdays I go alone. But on Wednesdays, the place I go to is outside, and my mom feels safe it's outside because the coronavirus isn't circulating around the room. And but yeah, I kind of got to cut back and scale back. So I've got 2 books to keep me busy while I'm hanging back. First one is Mental Magic. It's a kid's book, but it is just as good for adults too. And like I said, Tender Immortal, I don't usually do a lot of magic. I don't usually do a lot of math magic at bars for the obvious reason. Usually people are too drunk and can't do math, So even if they got a calculator, what? Say it again. What go in times what? And then the other book I got is the Charisma Rules by Gary Marshall. And this is an odd book. Number one, I don't know whether the Gary Marshall that it's speaking about is the famous Gary Marshall. He was a famous producer. He's produced a lot of. He produces A League of Their Own, Soap Dish with Robert Downey Jr. and Sally Fields. I don't know if this is the Gary Marshall that is, and if it was, I think this would be a little bit more interesting read. But also, what's weird about this book? Check this out. Watch this. The page numbers, for some reason, are on the inside corner of the book. And I'm like, that is terribly inconvenient. That is so stupid. I've never seen a book like that before. You know, actually, that's a lie. I have seen a book like that before. I'll show you one of the best books if you want to become a psychic or want to pretend you're a psychic. I'll show you the top 4 books that you should get. Like the number 1 book you can get on PDF, which is Full Facts of Cold Reading. But if you want to pretend or make a living at cold reading, here are the books you should get. And it's actually, I think they numbered all the pages, so we forgot the title page. Yeah, maybe. So, I'm a big fan of The Mentalist, and The Mentalist uses cold reading in a lot of his stuff. So, I started cold reading at the beach one day. I read these 4 women who just came from Las Vegas, and I asked them, Circus Circus or Caesar's Palace? And they were like, oh my God, we went to both. And then I just kept, doing readings for them and just kept talking and talking. And they were like, oh my God, are you psychic? And I was like, I just see images. So this book is the Handbook of Psychic Cold Reading by Dantalian Jones. It's a pretty good book. It's nice and thin, but it's not fluff. It has a lot of really useful information. Oh, my favorite digital book is Quantify and Achieve Your Goals. Why, thank you, Hiroyuki Izumi. Izumi. Hiroyuki. One of my favorite actors is Hiroyuki Tagawa. He played Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. He's a good actor. He was also in Rising Sun with Wesley Snipes and Sean Connery. I so badly want Sean Connery to be in a Transformers film, and I want him to say this line. Psychical. What the fuck is a Psychical? I would die and go to heaven if that happened. And then the next next 3 books are Psychical Reading by Terry Weston, and they come in 3 different editions. There will ever be a physical release. I'm working on it. Yes. I'm not sure, but I'm going to say the answer is yes, because I really do want to. I really, really do want to. And a lot of people said if I make a physical book, they would buy it. And if I price it at $5.99 and 20 people buy it, then I just earned around $100. So I will try. I'm not going to try. I'm going to do it. I don't know if it'll be this year. If not this year, definitely next year. But the books on cold reading to get are Psychic Cold Reading in Theory and Practice. It's a really good book. This is the book that originally taught me about Barnum statements and rainbow ruses and vanishing negatives. Then you got Psychic Cold Reading, Forbidden Wisdom. This covers a lot of the material that Theory and Practice did, but it also gives you how to do improvised tarot readings with playing cards, so that's cool. And there's actually a lot of magic tricks and mentalism tricks in this, so there you go. And then last but not least, we have Psychical Reading Workbook, which has a lot of rare Barnum statements that I've never found anywhere else. So if you would like to become a psychic,